How many versions of Batman are there? I asked this simple question, and the answer is absolutely insane. We're not talking about 10 or 20 we're talking about a potentially infinite number of Batman across 85 years of comics and movies. Some are heroes, some are straight-up villains. These are the iconic alternate Batman, who are almost as famous as the original, and some are just completely crazy. His dad, Thomas Wayne, becomes a gun-toting Batman who kills his enemies and runs a casino. But in this completely twisted world, his wife Martha went insane and became this world's Joker. Today, we're going on an insane journey to find the most heroic, villainous, and weirdest versions of Batman ever created. We'll look at the legends, the absolute nightmares, and the craziest what-if stories that pushed Batman to the limit. His Dark Knights are some of the craziest things in comics. They would just drop Batman into any time period or place you can possibly imagine. It showed that Batman could be a detective in any era. In the Red Rain trilogy, he literally fights Dracula and becomes a vampire to win. In Superman, Red Sun, he's a Russian anarchist fighting a communist Superman. It's in Batman, Holy Terror, he's a reverend fighting a corrupt church. From a pulp adventurer to a knight in King Arthur's court, these stories proved you can put Batman in a nice situation. There's the Red Death, a Batman who literally merged with the Flash to steal his speed. Just looking at all the live-action movies, the dozens of animated shows, and all the video games, you're easily looking at over 100 unique versions. Bruce Wayne's closest friends have had to step up and wear the cowl. From Thomas Wayne to Terry McGinnis, Batman has become more than just one guy. He's an idea. So the real answer is, there are as many Batman as we can possibly imagine. And for an 85-year-old character, that is just incredible. With the dark multiverse, which has infinite nightmare realities, and the complete freedom of Elseworlds, the number becomes impossible to count. We're talking hundreds of distinct official Batman versions in the comics. Let me know in the comments, and if you haven't already, subscribe right now so you don't miss the next video. He wore the suit a few times, especially after Bane broke Bruce's back. Unlike Bruce, his Batman was more acrobatic and hopeful. He showed the symbol could mean hope, not just fear. There's the Drowned, a female Bruce Wayne who turned herself into a sea monster. It gets even crazier. The Merciless is a Bruce who became the god of war. And the Devastator is a Batman who injected himself with the Doomsday virus just to kill Superman. This proves that Batman's biggest strength, his will to win, is also the scariest thing about him. In one insane future, he makes a deal with the devil for immortality to protect Gotham forever. This Batman is even more ruthless than his dad, and has no problem killing people and setting deadly traps all over his city. So, how many Batman are there? This version of Bruce Wayne is 55 years old, and he is basically a tank. It's bigger, meaner, and way more brutal than anything fans had seen before. In a high-tech city, an old Bruce Wayne gives the Batsuit to a teenager named Terry McGinnis. Terry gets to protect his city in a crazy, futuristic suit, with Bruce as his mentor. This guy was so popular he was put in the official DC. When he took over for Bruce, he went completely psycho. His assassin training made him super violent. He built this insane armored batsuit to rule Gotham like a tyrant, until Bruce had to come back and literally fire him. Comics that S, how you know he S, a big deal. This is the guy who inspired the super dark and gritty movies and the Arkham games. You're about to find out? Let's go. First, we have to talk about the absolute legends. You can't start this list without the Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. Next up is a Batman from a world where Bruce Wayne died. And finally, we're jumping into the future with Batman Beyond. Okay, things are about to get insane. We are entering the dark multiverse. A place where every hero's worst nightmare is real. This place created an entire army of evil Batman. Leading them is the most terrifying Batman ever. The Batman who laughs. On his world, Bruce Wayne finally killed the Joker. But a toxin from the Joker's heart turned him into a perfect mix of Batman's brain and the Joker's insanity. He literally murdered every single hero on his planet. And he didn't come alone. Even before we got those Nightmare Batman, DC was doing crazy what-if stories. One of the most famous, Gotham by Gaslight, put Batman in the 1880s to hunt the real-life Jack the Ripper. From there, the ideas just exploded. You won't believe this, But even in the main universe, other people have become Batman. The most famous is Dick Grayson, the original Robin. Then there was Jean-Paul Valley. And of course, there's Damian Wayne, Bruce's actual son. How many are there? So after all that, what's the final count? How many versions of Batman are there? The honest answer is a literally infinite amount. But in the comics, that number just explodes. The old DC Multiverse had 52 Earths, and most of them had their own Batman. From a vampire to a priest, from a Green Lantern to a god of war, which version of Batman is your favorite?